Hey, welcome to my new video. This video I will be doing the Sims 4 Couch Surfing Challenge. So currently I have my sim living at Victor Fang and Lily Fang's apartment in San Myshuno, however you say it. It looks like oh my god, I can't talk. The power at my sim's actual house is turned off, which is understandable because she's never there. So I'm just having a look here at her needs, and it looks like her hunger is a little bit low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her wake up Victor and convince him to make some food. In order to do that, you need to have the university expansion pack, and you need to level up your research and debate skill. So that's what I'm looking for right here. And I think I set it to 8. There we go. So 8 is high. That should be enough for her to convince him to do pretty much anything. A little bit of more choices and convince to cook. So now I'm just gonna speed things up and make him go downstairs to make me some food. And I wish that they would actually make more things besides just cake. I think that was intentional so that people like me couldn't just mooch off of other Sims to cook like really grand meals for them. So they just put it to whenever you convince a Sim to cook, they make a cake, and you will get fat eating it. And you will probably feel uncomfortable if you eat too much of it as well. But, I mean, if it's free, right? So there's a cake. Eat a piece of cake and speed things up. So they actually have a little bit of a love relationship going on. What was kind of fun was when I first had her living here, she would wake up Victor in the middle of the night, and at that point I had the Wicked Whims mod installed, so they would just go at it in the next room while Lily slept. It was pretty funny. So here I'm just showing the traits. So incredibly friendly, always welcome are the two that are the most important. I also gave her death by drowning, so she leaves puddles around and just becomes even more of a nuisance for her whoever decides to take her on. It's just a fun thing to do. So I got her to clean up after herself. It's the least she could do, right? And I forget what I was going to do next here. Oh, I was going to show what my sim looks like without the death trait. So this is what she looks like normally. Very pretty. She's getting a little bit chubby from eating cake. I actually shared her on my gallery, and by the time I shared her on my gallery, she was like maximum fatness, which is awesome. So I think I'm just gonna keep her that way because she's a friendly chubby ghost, and it's just her vibe. So I'm gonna put her ghost form back on now while she plays some video games. I don't know what's going on with Victor. He's terrified of something. And now Lily is taking out the trash, and I think this is where I decide to try and move on to the next person's lot. I've been here for probably a good sim week. So I'm gonna send my sim to go home, make sure her needs are... Oh, never mind. I remember here. Okay, so here I'm just showing basically that while you're living at another Sim's house, you have full access to the whole block, so you can still go and travel around without, and still be able to return to their house as long as you don't leave that specific block. So I'm just going around trying to see if there's any new people for my sim to meet, considering she has the friend of the world aspiration. So she has to meet a lot of people and make new friends, which is quite easy with the trait, the incredibly friendly trait. Who's that guy? I have no clue. So some of these sims are just randomly generated. Some, like this one here, was from one of the packs, but most of the ones I'm seeing I think are randomly generated. Besides that one guy sitting on the couch who I didn't notice at the time that I was doing this. I made that guy there. And so it doesn't really look like there's much going on. Oh, I see there is some guy who is rich, a Lobo. I forget his first name, but I know he's rich, so I'm going to send my sim down to talk to him. Speed things up. So as you can see now, her relationship with him is already almost halfway from the incredibly friendly trait. And I got her to share a little secret about how she's a couch surfer, most likely. And her needs are kind of meh, so I'm probably going to send her back up to the apartment now, deal with those needs before I send her home. So when you are using a sim at someone else's house, you cannot actually take leftovers from the fridge unless you open it and then manually take a piece of whatever's in there. The option to take leftovers won't be available since you don't live there. And she knows I'm about to send her back to her little tent, so she's not happy about it. And here we go. So now all this loads. She lives in Newcrest, and she lives on one of the 20 by 15 lots. I built it next to a lot that I call vacant lot. Where is it? On my gallery. It's actually a nightclub, but it just looks like a vacant, like, rundown lot. So I put her tent on the lot next to that one. She has a little old mailbox. Time to pay her bills, which were only 31 simoleons because she literally just has a tent and a cooler. So now I'm gonna send her over to the park. I built this park as kind of a meeting spot for sims who might need to take a shower, get a bite to eat. They can also have access to the giant garden. Grab some crops, so if like they're really starving, they can just literally eat crops. And that's what I'm doing right now with my sim. I'm gonna give her some choco berries because her hunger is starting to get low again. And as far as I'm aware, like every time you leave the lot, the plants will like go back to being in good health, I think. Because it's a community lot and there's no one to really like take care of the plants unless you send your sim there and do it, I guess, which takes a long time. So what I've noticed is every time I load the lot, the plants seem okay, but like within a few minutes then they're like, oh, this plant's dying. So I sent her back to her tent to get some sleep. And here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. An invite to a friend's house. So Billy Bones is a sim that I made, a skeleton. Actually, I think I got it from the gallery and then just like put it in this family. So it's Billy Bones and his wife and their dog and their cat. And his wife, of course, is Bonehilda. Who else would it be? So give him a hug, say thanks for letting me come over, and of course, because you're hungry, please cook. And, oh, it looks looks like that he's actually evil, so he might not cook for her. She may have to just, like, spend some of her own money to make a $3 mac and cheese or something like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. And thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, I guess.
Crossing a chip.
Oh, Denise.